company, and you launched a couple of DocStock stuff. You've been a judge, and you emailed me, I guess, over the fall, and were like, hey, I got a new thing. And I said, hey, Launch Festival, let's time it right. Yeah. And you're going to show us your brand new company.
We are.
All right, please welcome Jason Nazar.
Thank you. Are you underpaid? What are women getting paid versus men? And how happy are you really at work? Comparably makes work better by making compensation and culture dramatically more transparent and giving power back to you. In 3, 2, 1. Comparably.com is live to the world. Take out your phones, join me on your laptops, go to comparably.com. We're going to dive into the product. The first thing that we're going to do is enter in our job title. Comparably, to start, is focused on the tech industry, but soon expanding. So let's go ahead and select Founder CEO in San Francisco. Next, you're going to share your salary anonymously. Why? Because we're a peer, a group of peers that are here to help each other out with transparency. We are always going to keep your information 100% private and anonymous. This is my real salary. I make $150,000 a year, and in my case, we've raised $6.5 million. And then you're going to go ahead and sign up. That's it. In a couple seconds, you're going to have access to the best data on compensation and culture anywhere for free. Now you're going to be able to see exactly what market is for your job title. Founder CEOs in San Francisco in company size 11 to 50 get paid on average $208,000 a year. That's out of 300 different candidates. As we look at companies smaller in size and larger in size, you can see how those numbers change, and you can see other job titles related to yours. We're also going to show you something you've never seen before. Comparably is going to rank you in your company. It's still 100% anonymous, but we are going to show you where your compensation stack ranks you against your coworkers. Kind of crazy, right? And we are going to expose compensation on gender lines. So we're going to have access to the most real-time, public, accurate data on the gender pay gap across hundreds of job titles. But compensation is just a piece of what we all care about at work. The much bigger part is, what kind of experience are we having? So we're going to show you in specific detail what people like you are having in terms of an experience. So as you go through and you answer these questions, and you get our culture insights, you're going to see a score that ranks you to people that work in the same jobs in your location to see what kind of experience you're having compared to everybody else. This is my first score. JCal, thanks for the advice. And finally, we're going to let you have anonymous discussions around compensation and culture with people that are in your same job. So ask those questions about what are people getting paid and what kind of experience they're having at work, and see what happens when we all as a community help each other out with topics that were previously taboo to talk about. I know that you want to make sure that you are getting paid fairly and that your company is doing right by you. My co-founders and I, George, Mike, Yadid, we started 6 tech companies and sold 5 of them. I started DocStock on this stage in 2007, sold it to Intuit. George was part of the co-founding team of Yammer that started at this conference and sold for over $1 billion. We have been part of companies big and small and seen the good and bad. The best companies are committed to being transparent and honest with their team members. Do not be left in the dark when it comes to the 2 things that I know you probably care most about at work: your compensation and culture. Comparably's mission is to make work better for millions of employees and companies. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Very well done. Stay here for Q&A. All right. Feedback for Jason Nazar on his latest company.
Go ahead. So, there's a revenue model question and maybe how you compare to Glassdoor, because Glassdoor sort of struggled to avoid the haters, right, when it comes to revealing. And, at first I was like, this is so cool. And then I'm like, eh. And then I'm like, you make $208,000 a year as a CEO? That's a lot more than I make. But anyway, so Glassdoor and revenue model.
Sure. My friend Tal has a saying from Dexter I like: in the land of the predator, the lion does not fear a jackal. And that's the way I think about all competition. We are going to have the absolute best compensation data, bar none, because we're going to be able to sort data by a whole bunch of categories that make it valuable, like company size, money raised, experience of a candidate, gender. And you can't do that anywhere online. And then eventually, the public pages that we create for companies are not going to be based on open-ended written reviews that lead themselves to really angry reviews or really pro-company reviews, but based upon structured data across multiple categories that give the most objective, honest, and accurate feedback of what it's really like to work at a company. And so we're not trying to compare ourselves to anybody. We're going to be the leader in everything around compensation and culture, but I think the product experience we have day one, you'll see is different than anything out there.
What's your revenue model?
Well, to start, our goal is to get as many users as possible. And so there's no revenue model day one, Don. Over time, there's two clear ways that we can monetize the business. You know, I sit on a couple boards, including a public company, and we pay a lot of money every year for compensation data. So public companies pay a ton of money for comp consultants and reports to see what the market is. And in companies the size over 100, that's a big source of expenditure to find out where it is. And so we'll be able to plug into that and offer that data to companies and a SaaS product for them. But as you can imagine, you know, we're going to have this group of candidates on our platform where we know how much they get paid, if they're happy not at work, what kind of criteria they're most looking for in a company. So we think we're going to have a pretty powerful tool to do recruiting for companies as well.
Why not add equity to the equation? Because most people that I talk to, yeah, they want to know how much their peers get paid, but what really bugs them and they have no visibility to is how much equity should I be getting?
Yeah.
So why not add equity to the equation?
We are going to. So we didn't do it to start for one main reason, which is we're not building a company just for tech. We're starting talking about compensation and culture in tech, but we're going to go to more and more industries like legal, education, and healthcare. And in those industries, equity isn't a key part of your compensation. And so we just want to be thoughtful that we build a platform that's agnostic for all industries.
I just have a question around users. So I sign up, I go on, I see that I'm number 6 in my organization. Awesome. Now, what drives me to come back to the product in the future?
A couple different things. First off, we're going to be getting more and more data on the market. So the first time you come in, we may be able to show you, here's what 10 other VCs like you are making. But in a month, we may have data on 150 VCs. So we're going to have more accurate and relevant data. The second is these anonymous discussions. So you have a form to talk to people with your same jobs and ask them questions anonymously about culture, compensation, and those will be ongoing discussions you'll have. So those are two of the things.
Same question from a corporate perspective. Like,
Yeah.
what does a company get on an ongoing basis?
So as a user, when you all go to sign up, and I hope you're doing that right now and enjoying the product, if you sign up in marketing or product or design, you can see all the jobs for that band. So if you sign up as a product manager, you can see what directors of product make, or VPs of product, or CPOs. But you can't see all the other job categories. So first off, as a company, you're going to get access to all the data. The second is we've built a set of tools for company that are going to let them see how their employees are doing compared against the market, and to monitor which one of their key employees are out of band with market and most at risk of being poached. So there's a whole other
final
feature
question.
set.
Christian, you had a question?
So I just really want to know, great presentation.
Thank you.
How are you going to attract users to the product to get the data?
Absolutely.
The marketing strategy.
So just a frame of reference, we grew DocStock to 30 million unique visitors a month, and we had over 50 million registered users by the time we sold to Intuit. So one of our core DNA is user growth. We think this is going to be a topic that's going to be written a lot. We're going to be at the forefront of publishing data around the gender pay gap. We're going to be at the forefront of publishing data around what people are paying in companies large and small. You can already see there's some viral mechanics in the product where people and companies are incentivized to anonymously invite their coworkers. But we have a big marketing strategy where we're going to go heavy on advertising, where we're going to leverage SEO. And in our case, we're going to open up one market at a time, one industry at a time. So we'll focus on getting tech filled in San Francisco, LA, New York, other key markets, and then we'll open up new industries along with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well done. Big round of
Thank you
applause
so much.
for DocStock.